Next on Worcester News Tonight, a company which helps to place international students at area schools abruptly shuts down, leaving students and schools in limbo. Plus, wild winds are to blame for bringing part of a tree down in Auburn, leaving a homeowner with a big cleanup job. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Anna Botari. A windy but warmer day here in central Massachusetts, but it looks like there's some rain in the near future. Let's get a first check of our local forecast with meteorologist Tim Kelly.
Yeah, a couple storms in Canada in charge of the weather. Another storm in western Canada, more snow for Montana. The storm in eastern Canada was responsible for today's wind and temperatures in the 70s. A front is going to bring an end to the warmth of today, and it's brought an end to the record heat in the southeast. And we're also watching tropical energy off of Florida. The front and the tropical energy are going to join to form a storm to our south, a prolonged nor'easter. But before that happens, we got to get the front through, and that's happening with downpours. The temperature, which was in the 70s, is now falling through the 60s. And you see some yellows on here, some darker greens. So at times it can be raining pretty hard. We may get a half-inch of rain in the next few hours. Looks like about 2:30 in the morning the rain should be ending. And look at the temperature. It's going down to the 50s. Then tomorrow morning we wake up. It's still fairly cloudy. The wind is not as strong, but it's from the north, and then it's going to come in from the northeast. The clouds are going to thin out. I think we get a good amount of sunshine, 58 at the hilltops to 62, 63 downtown. Cape Cod may stay gray. There's an ocean storm, like I said, and it may push rain back in from the east and from the north in our 10-day forecast, which goes through the weekend, coming up in a few minutes.
And we're seeing some damage from the wind this afternoon. In Auburn, a tree came down on a house on Rochdale Street. Alicia Palumbo spoke to the homeowner.
You just say to yourself, it could have come here.
81-year-old Bill Crosby of Auburn was sitting at his kitchen table Monday afternoon when all of a sudden,
crash! I said, Jen, you okay?
A large branch had crashed through Crosby's Rochdale Street home, with several smaller branches smashing through the kitchen ceiling just inches from where he had been sitting.
I swore a couple times. And the nuns I had in school will be mad, but I did swear.
After checking on his 80-year-old wife, Jan, who was safe in the living room, the couple made their way outside to discover this giant piece of a tree amazingly balancing over the entryway to their home.
Guardian angel watching over you, or something. I don't know.
As crews worked quickly to clean up the mess, the Crosby's 3 daughters rushed over to be there with them.
Just burst out in tears. I mean, he was sitting so close, so it's kind of scary. We were all just together yesterday as a family, sitting around the table.
They say they're saddened to see so much damage to the home they grew up in that their parents have owned for more than 50 years.
Even though it looks destroyed, it could have been a lot worse. It could have been a lot worse.
Crews made quick work getting the branch off the house, and now they're putting a tarp on the roof to try to protect it from the rain. The Crosbys say they want to do repairs quickly so they can try to get back into the house as quickly as possible. In Auburn, Alicia Palumbo, Worcester News Tonight.
Now to an update on a fatal stabbing in Worcester. The man who police wanted to talk about the stabbing death of his ex-girlfriend is behind bars this evening. Thomas Bergstrom was ordered held without bail at his arraignment today. He's charged with assault and battery following the fatal stabbing of Jennifer Rivera Vasquez. Prosecutors say charges will likely be upgraded. A company which helps to place international students at private schools shuts its doors, affecting several schools across Massachusetts. Our Chandler Walsh spoke with Bancroft School today and has more on the steps they've taken to come to a resolution.
The Bancroft School in Worcester was left without a foreign exchange partner when a company called EduBoston unexpectedly closed its doors last month. It recruited Chinese students to attend schools, and their families paid tuition through them. Hundreds of students around the state are affected, including 14 at Bancroft.
When you're talking about a student who's come all the way from China to live here for 4 years, it's a big risk that they're taking, and I always refer to them as very, very brave.
Head of school Trey Cassidy says the company also provided housing and communication in Mandarin back to the families in China. He says the closure caused a lot of anxiety.
Our concern all the way through has been to make sure that our students are taken care of, that they're cared for, and that they have good homes that they're living in with these host families, that they have a good academic experience here.
City Councilor Gary Rosen has housed Bancroft students from China for 5 years.
He's a thief, he's an embezzler. He just closed the company down very abruptly. He kept the tuition money and other fees and funds of students and their families in China.
2 students are staying with him. One is a sophomore and was worried how she'd finish high school here and get into college in the U.S.
She's got 2 more years ahead of her, and she and her family partnered with that agency through an agency in China, and they thought that was all set.
EduBoston still owes Bancroft money. The school has hired a replacement company to take over managing housing, recruiting, and communication.
But the resolution of the financial challenges we'll face going forward as a result of this loss of income, we'll still have to work on that. But for now, yeah, it's a resolution, and it's a good one as far as taking care of our students.
New plans show potential for Worcester's Midtown Mall. The downtown property has been subject to scrutiny for its appearance inside and out. And for some of its tenants, talk of a renovation project is encouraging. Our Cam Jandro joins us now in the studio with more. Cam?
Anna, the WRA has been putting pressure on the owner of the Midtown Mall for quite some time now, hoping to get some of those renovations made. They say with it being in the heart of downtown Worcester, it plays a pivotal role in not only the look, but the redevelopment of that area. And it seems now there's finally some traction as to what the future of that building could be.
A new look proposed for Worcester's Midtown Mall. It would include a glass facade on the building's front street side. The Worcester Redevelopment Authority had requested the mall's new owner provide an update on renovations and say the design is a step in the right direction.
Showing some commitment to investing in the building, but again, it's a long way between here and the full project build out eventually, whatever that's going to be.
Felicio Lana purchased the Midtown Mall from Dean Marcus in May. We tried to contact Mr. Lana.
Thank you for calling Northeast Properties,
but did not hear back. The city's chief development officer says the mall is surrounded by millions of dollars in new developments downtown and needs to join the process.
I want to bring that building up into the standard of all the other properties around it.
The proposed facade is also encouraging for business owners inside the mall.
I always had faith as an entrepreneur. You have to take these risks, and sometimes you benefit, other times you pay the price. So far, we are benefiting.
If it's something that showcases my dresses and update from the old version to the new version, yes, I will go for it.
Lorna Ellis bought For You Bridal and Prom in the mall 2 weeks before the building was sold. She's been in business for less than 5 months and says the potential upgrades could be a draw to the area.
What else is there for downtown? Just bars and everything. So it's nice, if they renovate and upgrade the building.
Michael Agbortoko owns Successful Gift Shop. He describes the Midtown Mall as a village. He says if it plans on surviving, these renovations are crucial and could remove the negative connotations associated with the mall.
And we keep our head up and we're pushing forward. And I hope other people in the community will come and at least give us a chance, come see what we're doing.
Now Traynor says he's hoping to get monthly updates from the owner of the Midtown Mall. They're expecting another status report at their meeting next Friday. In the studio tonight, I'm Cam Jandro, Worcester News Tonight.
FBI crime statistics ranks Worcester the 6th most dangerous city in Massachusetts. The FBI classifies violent crime by 4 offenses: murder and non-negligent manslaughter, rape, robbery, and aggravated assault. Last year, the city had 928 reported cases of aggravated assault, 290 robberies, and 49 reports of rape. Worcester also had the 3rd most reported violent crimes statewide, behind Boston and Springfield. But city residents Monday afternoon say they still feel safe in the city.
I do feel safe here. I lived here my whole life. I mean, there's parts of Worcester that I would avoid going to at night by myself, but
I feel safe. Yeah, so far I have no problem. I've been here for 4 years now, and I think I'm good.
Worcester had a total of 1,271 violent crimes last year, including 4 murders.